All right, guys, day 3 of OJT at Conway Yard in Pennsylvania. And I want to let you guys know how that trip came. So if you've been following along, we were in Toledo, Ohio, and then we were coming back to Conway in Pittsburgh, and had to wait in the hotel to get a train home. That train got called for 3 o'clock. We left at 3 o'clock and made it home by 11:30 p.m., somewhere in there. It was the 547, which was an empty coal train. For the first 4.5 hours of this trip, we operated on PTC, which is the computer system that controls the train. We operated on that for 4.5 hours under 35 miles an hour. So very, very slow train. So just kind of was what it was. Somebody else's misfortune ended up being our sort of saving grace for that trip, because they would have rode us the whole way back to Pittsburgh at that speed, because they were conserving fuel. There's really nothing in the train because it was empty coal cars, and there's no reason to push it. So a crew had hit their 12-hour minimum, and they were on our way home. So we ended up having to pick them up and put them in the locomotive behind us. And when we did that, in order for them to have heat, they had to turn on that second locomotive, and they ended up clearing us to operate manually instead of by the computer system from their home. So we really picked up the speed and ended up getting home by 11:30 instead of 3, 4 in the morning like it could have had we stayed on that. As far as the trip goes, the conductor I had was great. Walked me through system timetables and gave me a bunch of information on the different places that I need to call. On the way home, I did call all the signals from Toledo to Pittsburgh, which I listened to on the way up. So I got to call those to dispatch from the conductor's seat on the way home. So that was that ride. And then as of today, I am going to be marked up on the 15N train, which is going to be called at some point tonight. But when we got back into the terminal, we ended up going into the computer system, and they tied up, which basically logs you out of the system and marks you off, gives you your 10 hours of rest. And the conductor helped me walk through that. Also let me know some of the other conductors that are good to work with, that are really good with students. So I appreciated that. Kept the signal log of all the signals the entire way, and pretty smooth ride for the most part. Nothing too crazy, but the 2 trains that we'll be able to get on tonight is either the 15N or the 21G, and there's going to be some groundwork involved in some of those. The first couple of days, they wanted you to ride and glide and see what the rails were like during the day. Now you do a little bit more work. So we're going to head out tonight, and I'll let you guys know how that goes, but that was day 3 in a nutshell, and I got paid today, which is exciting.